Lights, cameras, scandals. You're watching Tea with Queens.
Where every headline has a twist and every queen has the last word.
Take a seat, darling. The show's about to get messy. You know, it's just wild how behind the scenes at SNL there was so much tension and rivalry, right? Cast members were practically battling it out off stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you think about stories like Chevy Chase versus John Belushi, it's like a backstage drama that outdid even the sketches.
Exactly. And it's like Chevy Chase joking that he taught Belushi to use a fork and even shave his back, which really set the stage for a rivalry.
Yeah, right.
It was about who got the best material and screen time, and Belushi felt completely sidelined.
And then you've got Belushi clashing with Jane Curtin, especially over those sketches with women. His outright refusal to work in those settings was, pretty harsh, wasn't it?
Right. Belushi was known for his controversial stance that women just are not funny, which created a major divide. Even though his widow later suggested he might have been misunderstood, the tension was real.
True. It's almost like the competitive spirit of SNL was a double-edged sword. On one hand, it pushed everyone to be better, but on the other, it led to real personal grudges.
Yeah. And consider the case of Charles Rocket versus Piscopo and even Eddie Murphy. When Rocket complained about not getting as many laughs, it escalated into shouting matches and even physical threats.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of conflict shows just how intense the environment was.
But wouldn't you say that some of these feuds, while messy, also pushed creative boundaries? Like if you think about Norm Macdonald's blunt criticism of Chris Kattan, it might have added a layer of raw authenticity to the show.
I see your point, but I respectfully think that constant rivalry sometimes undermined collaborative efforts. Norm would literally rip into Kattan's face, which kind of detracted from the overall humor even though it did fuel some memorable moments.
Yeah, fair enough. And then there's the saga with Janie Garofalo. Her rocky start, coming in and openly criticizing the show, resulted in a pretty harsh reaction from her co-stars, including Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Garofalo really got heat for calling out the show as unwatchable and labeling Sandler's comedy as childish. It was like a clash of expectations, the show expecting, deference and unity, while she pushed for a more honest critique.
Right, exactly. And speaking of Sandler, his own admission about having a quick temper and being overly competitive shows just how personal these rivalries really got. It goes to show that, even comedy superstars aren't immune to offstage egos.
Exactly. And then, you also had that curious case of Dana Carvey and Mike Myers. Carvey felt even slighted when Myers' Dr. Evil, which was, quite similar to his own impressions, appeared on screen. It's like both were caught in a accidental feud that was part sibling rivalry, part professional jealousy.
Yeah, true. It's fascinating to see how these personal grudges, from jealousies to outright verbal spats, actually helped shape the dynamic energy of SNL. Every feud seems to have added another chapter to its legendary history.
Absolutely. And while these stories sometimes paint a pretty grim picture of backstage hostility, they also underscore how much passion and ambition existed among the cast. It's like the internal chaos spurred some truly iconic comedy moments.
Indeed. It really does make you appreciate the show even more, knowing that the fun on stage came at the cost of some serious offstage battles.
Exactly. And that tension probably pushed the performers to constantly evolve, even if it meant clashing heads. SNL's legacy is as much about those wild backstage stories as it is about the sketches themselves.
Absolutely. Every harsh word and every prank contributed to the collective genius that kept SNL at the top of its game for decades.
Well put. And when you look at it all, it's like a reminder that even in the most competitive environments, the sparks of creativity can emerge from the chaos. It's like a perfectly stormy backdrop to some of the best comedy ever.
Exactly. For sure. It's been really engaging diving into these tales of rivalry and passion that, in the end, helped form an icon of entertainment.
Absolutely, it's the kind of backstage lore that adds, a whole new layer to how we view SNL. Thanks for this lively chat.
Anytime. Until next time, keep laughing and appreciating the art that comes from a little chaos.